Hello fellow doll lovers, it's Janie. Welcome to another video on my channel. This is going to be a restoration video for more Monster High dolls because you seem to really enjoy videos and I have not done a lot of Monster High related stuff except for I did get a Facebook Marketplace haul with a bunch of Monster High. This video is going to be those dolls. I mean, not all of them, but it's going to be dolls from that video. So it's going to be 4 of those Monster High dolls, plus some of the Enchantimals that I got. I think about 3 of them. But before we get into that restoration video, I have a little bit of a bonus thing for you guys. I got this doll the other day, and I wanted to show her to you, and I'm also going to be including her in the makeover process because I cannot wait to get her all fixed up because I think she's absolutely gorgeous. This is the 2010 Holiday Barbie. Now, I did not know what the Holiday Barbie from 2010 looked like, I guess, because I thought I was very familiar with the Holiday Barbies from the past decade or so, and when I got her, by the way, I got her from Facebook Marketplace. She was part of a lot that was being sold for $10, but she was the only one I was interested in, so the seller let me buy only her for $4. When I bought her, and my mom brought her home, I thought that she was one of the newer, like, Holiday Barbies that maybe I hadn't seen yet, like from 2020 or 2019. But when none of that turned up, I didn't know who the heck she could be. And then I found out that she's from 2010, and I was very surprised. But besides the point, she is very, very beautiful. She's in really nice shape. Her earrings are broken, unfortunately. You can't really see it, but her earrings are sort of broken off. She does have her very gorgeous headband, though, and her ringlets are still intact. She has a very nice face, and she has her dress on, which is in very nice shape. She is missing a shoe, unfortunately, but I'm not really bothered by that. The dress kind of hides that anyway. But I just wanted to show her to you guys. I think that she's very, very beautiful. She's definitely one of my favorite Holiday Barbies because I think her dress is very unique out of a lot of just the plain big red ball gowns that most of the Holiday Barbies have. Some, obviously, I think are a lot prettier, but I think that this one's one of the really unique ones. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. And she looks good considering she's 11 years old. Her ringlets are still intact. I'm wondering if she's even ever been played with. The fact that she's missing a shoe and her earrings are broken are telling me yes, but her hair is telling me no, because it looks pretty much untouched. So that is definitely very interesting, and I'm very excited to have her nonetheless. And I'm going to be including her in the restoration video. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the dolls that I'm going to be restoring besides this one, and sort of give you guys an idea of what it is that they need done before we get moving into the restoration part. So I will see you guys as soon as I get that all set up. So these are the rest of the dolls I'm going to be fixing today, and it has been actually, if you guys have seen this Monster High haul video, it's been a long time since I've gotten these dolls. Things have just been really busy. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and briefly show you guys what all needs to be done for these people, and then we're going to go ahead and get right into the action of the video. But the first doll that we need some serious work here is beautiful little Gilda. Now, if you can't already tell, she does not have any clothes, but I have placed an order for both her and for Rebecca to get new clothes, and I have been able to find everything for her except for her boots and then one other thing, I think. And then for Rebecca, I was able to find everything except her goggles. I don't know why it's so hard to find her goggles, but I can't find them anywhere, but I was able to find almost everything else. So she needs an outfit, obviously. She does have both of her limbs, so that's good. Whoop. And the only thing that she really needs as far as, clothes and a good scrubbing, all of these dolls need to be scrubbed, is her hair is really, really gelled, and I'm just going to go ahead and wash it and condition it and then restyle it so that it doesn't look quite so disheveled, but then it also still has its signature little Hershey's Kiss little point. So then that is going to be her, and I'm going to go ahead and, sit her down because I don't want to have to deal with trying to balance her again. And then we have this little fox Enchantimal. Now, she already has her skirt, but her hair is really, really bad. It's all over the place. It's probably going to need flat irons. So her hair is going to be flat ironed, and her clothes are going to be washed. By the way, all the dolls that have clothes, their clothes are going to be washed. And besides her hair and her clothes being clean, she doesn't really need anything, just really being scrubbed. And then for this Ghoulia, she has crazy Kanekalon hair. It is all over the place. If you guys can see, it's really, really matted. She does have her outfit though. She has her little mask, her eye mask, she has her top, and she has her bottoms. Her top does have a stain, which I'm thinking might be bleeding from the black cording, which we'll hopefully remove when we wash the clothes, but I'm not entirely sure. So then we have her arms, which she has arms, which is a very good thing. And then she has a dirt smudge on her chin, if you guys can see. I don't know why it's not wanting to focus. There we go. She has a dirt smudge on her chin, and besides her hair and the dirt and then the stain on her clothes, she's pretty good. She has her limbs, so I'm happy that I don't have to buy any for her. And then we have the skunk, and she is pretty much just like the fox. Hold on, let's see, trying to get to focus here. Please. There we go. She has her ears, luckily. The monkey is unfortunately missing an ear. She has her little neck piece and then her skirt, and her neck piece just needs to be scrubbed along with her, and then her skirt needs to be washed. Her hair is what really needs the work. It's just really poofy and frizzy, so her hair is just what's going to be needing most of the work. She's adorable. I love her. Okay, let's see. Next we have beautiful Rebecca. I'm so excited that I finally have her. She just needs everything, basically. She needs her new clothes, and why is she out of focus? She needs to be in focus is what she needs. There we go. Okay, her hair is stuck in sort of like this ponytail, and it needs to be brushed and then restyled, and it's very tangled. So it's going to need to be detangled. Probably going to need a bunch of boil washes. And then, yeah, that's her. She needs a lot of work for her hair, specifically. And then we have Miss Monkey. She's missing an ear, unfortunately. I don't know where I'll be able to find her replacement ear. Maybe I'll just try and, like, hide the fact that she's missing it with her hair. Her hair is just like the other ones. Very fluffy and floofy, and just needs to be calmed down and cleaned. Her skirt needs to be washed, and her whole body needs to be scrubbed. She does have, like, a blue stain on her cheek. If you guys can see, I don't know why stuff isn't wanting to go into focus right now. Hello. There we go. She's got a blue stain on her cheek. I don't know what that's from, but hopefully it'll come off. Because it's wintertime, so benzoyl peroxide won't really work. Okay. And the last doll, we have Draculaura as Snowbite. She has clothes, but her limbs, for some reason, she has two right hands or left hands. I don't know why, and I don't know if I'll be able to get her a replacement hand. So I might just have to leave her hands like that, but she has her necklace and she has her dress, which is a good thing. Her hair is just really matted, if you guys can see. It's very matted, so that's what's going to need the most TLC. It's got like bits of dust stuck in it, and it's really gluey. Her hair is mainly what needs the most work, and then her whole body's just going to get a nice scrub. So that is what all of them need. Now it's time to actually make sure that they get it. So once they all get back in focus, I'm so sorry I'm having camera malfunctions. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys to the sink where I can start cleaning them. Before I wash any dolls, the first thing that I do is the laundry. Now, I have this Barbie's white dress separate from the Enchantimals and Monster High clothes since it is white, and I don't want any of their stuff bleeding onto it. So that's why it's not with those clothes, and it's with a bunch of other pale colored stuff. I'm just taking precautions and I don't want it to bleed. And I'm just going to show you guys what I do to clean the clothes. It's really straightforward, but I do this before I wash the dolls. Because basically I get a tub, a plastic tub. This is what I use for all the doll laundry. I put the clothes in it, in this case, this Barbie dress with a couple of other pale colored items that need to be cleaned. And then I have some regular laundry detergent, and I use just a very small bit, and I just pour it on in. I don't use a lot of it at all, especially since it's a very small batch. I use maybe about this much. And then I fill it up with cold water, not hot or warm, but actually cold, like the coldest setting in your faucet, because warm water or hot water especially can cause clothes to bleed. So I'm going to wash this on cold. And basically all I do is I fill it up with water, and I, swish it around to make sure that the soap has dissolved and, made its way throughout the whole bin, and then I just let it soak for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it up with water and then let it soak so that the clothes are clean. Alright, so it's filled up with water and the soap, and I just wanted to show you what it looks like since I couldn't really show you the process very well. This is what it looks like, if you guys can see. It's just sudsy water with all the clothes in it. I generally let it soak between 3 hours and overnight sometimes. I'm not sure how long I'm going to let this stuff soak, but it's going to be for a little while at least. So I'm going to go ahead and let this stuff soak so all of the dirt can come out of it and it will be nice and clean and smell amazing. Alright, so we are here by the sink and I have my dolls here. And I'm just going to go ahead and give them a really good cleaning. I have my little cup here, which I have baking soda in. And then over here I have shampoo, I have antibacterial hand soap, and I have my conditioner. I also have my toothbrush for scrubbing and my brush for brushing. And basically, I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys the whole process, but I'm going to go ahead and talk you through what I'm doing since it's moving really fast. Basically, I just wet the doll down. I give them a good scrub with the hand soap and the baking soda with the toothbrush, then I rinse it. Then I wash their hair a second time because I already wash it once with the dish soap or the hand soap. But I wash it a second time because the hair tends to be like the dirtiest part of the doll. I wash it with the shampoo, and then I rinse the shampoo out, and then I condition and I brush it out while the conditioner's still in it. And then I rinse, and then they're all clean. So these dolls aren't really that horrendously dirty. Like, they don't have any mold or anything. They're just kind of grimy. She, however, has some sticker residue stuff on her body, which I'm going to try and peel off, but if it doesn't peel off, then I may have to do something else. It looks like it's going to be able to be peeled off, though, so that's good. Let's see, it's coming right off with my fingernail, if you guys can see it all. Yeah, so there's some of that, but I'm going to go ahead and pick that off, and then I'm going to wash the rest of it out. So they are all cleaned. I have not done the boil wash yet, but I just want to show you guys what they look like after their bodies have been scrubbed and all the dirt is now off. Gulia still does have that spot on her face, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll be able to be removed with some acetone. If not, then it's going to have to stay there for a while because it's too cold to try and do the benzoyl peroxide treatment on her. So hopefully that'll be removed. But she looks a lot better. She's a lot nice and clean. Her hair is super sleek now. The boil wash is going to make it even better. And then Draculaura, she's good, except for she does have these dark spots on her legs, like in the cracks. I don't know what that is. Hopefully it'll be removed with some acetone. She does also have some light pink spots on her hand. I don't know what the deal is with that. And then some brown spots on her forearm. So she's got a lot of stains that'll hopefully be removed. Her face is really clean though, and her hair is a lot better. It is going to need a boil wash though. I think all of these girls are getting boil washes. So for Miss Monkey here, she does still have the stains on her face, unfortunately. I don't know if these will come off easily. If not, then she'll have to have a blue face for a little while. But yeah, she looks a lot better. Just besides being clean, the hair is still quite poofy, especially for all three of my Enchantimals girls because they have nylon hair, so it's not really going to do much for their poofiness. So I'm probably going to have to flat iron them, but that's okay. And then she does not look much different. She's pretty good. Gilda, she just is going to need to restyle her hair and then put her clothes back on. She never really had anything much going on with her to begin with, so she's all nice and clean now. And then we have, right here, we have beautiful Rebecca. Her hair was really, really tangled, and I'm very glad that it's all nice and brushed out now. I'm thinking it's going to look super good with her boil wash. She looks very nice and clean. And then I already talked about these two. They're just clean. They just need some flat ironings because their hair is rather poofy now. And then she didn't really need much work because she was still quite new. Her hair is really, really shiny now, and it doesn't have all that gel in it. And I got all of that disgusting stuff off of her stomach. And yeah, so that is what they look like. And all I have to do now before I can dress them and style their hair is the boil wash. Alright, so it is boil wash time, and I have my cup of water here. It is not boiling as the name boil wash would imply, but I've heated it up to right before boiling. Boiling point, if the water is actually bubbling, is usually really hot and too hot for the doll's plastic hair. So it's right before it comes to a boil when it's just bubbling a little bit. So I like to group my dolls by hair type. So these two and these two have saran hair. She has Kanekalon and these three have nylon, so that's how I'm going to be grouping them. And I'm going to start with these two. I'm going to start with Rebecca here. Now basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to dunk her hair in the water just a few times to get it sort of used to the hot water. We don't want it balling up or anything like that. So I dunk it in and out a few times. And then I just brush it out really quickly just to make sure that there aren't any tangles left. It helps with a sort of smoother look when it's finished. And also her hair was sort of stuck in a ponytail. It had that huge dent in it, and I find that brushing it out during the boil wash process helps get rid of that dent. So after you brush it out, you just put it back in, and then you do the same thing with the other doll who has saran hair. You just dunk her hair in and out a few times, and then you brush it out just to make sure there aren't any tangles left. Now I feel kind of bad because her ringlets are sort of disappearing, but they'll come back if you scrunch her hair with some gel, which I will show you after I'm done. And then you just put her back in. And then that is basically all you do for the dolls with the saran hair and with the nylon hair. The one with the Kanekalon hair is going to take a little bit of a different approach, and I will show you guys that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put these guys into the boil washes. Alright, so we are down to the last girl, and she's special because she has Kanekalon hair, which means that it is a lot more prone to heat. It responds a lot more to heat, so if you do it a certain way like you would with dolls with Kanekalon or nylon hair, it can cause the hair to ball up, and it's a pain in the butt. You have to reboil wash it and comb it out straight again. You didn't burn the hair, it just makes it a lot more tedious to actually get the sleek look. So what you do is you heat up the water just like normal, but you wait like about 30 to 40 seconds for the water to cool down just a little so it's not quite as hot. Then what you do is I use a wide tooth comb for this because with Kanekalon hair, no matter what, if it's Kanekalon hair, when you boil wash it, it will go straight. So I use this comb just to sort of help it along and give it a more sleek look. So I have my cup, I dunk it in and out a few times just to make sure that the heat gets all the way throughout the hair. And then I move over to the sink and I comb out the hair. There's probably, you're going to find more tangles than you did before, which is okay because the comb sort of finds tangles better than a normal brush, and it's also making it a lot more sleek. So once you get out all the real tangles, which I know it looks like I'm being rough, but I promise I'm not. I'm just a sort of vigorous brusher. But it looks like once you get all the tangles out, then you dunk again. And this time you're going to need to find her part, and you're going to want to style it the way you're going to want it to look in the end, because if you don't, then it's going to look sleeked back and horizontal to her head just like this. So what you do is you want to look for the part, comb it until you find her part. Now it's starting to come to shape. You can sort of see her part almost. And sometimes if you want to get the hair wet again, you can dunk it in again, but I don't think I need to in this case. So then you just keep combing until you find her part. There we go. There it is. So if you guys can sort of see now, she has her part. And then, making sure that you're keeping the part, you boil wash her hair again. You dunk it in the water again, just to make sure that it stays nice and sleek. and then you go back in, find the part, and brush it so that it is styled the way you want it, just like that. And then, after about 5 minutes, the other dolls will be ready to take out of the boil wash, and then you get to style the hair. Another important thing that I forgot to mention is after the boil wash process, something that helps set the hair and make it really shiny is if you run it under cold water from the sink once you're done. So she's all brushed out, Gulia here. She looks great. Now I'm just going to put her under cold water, taking care not to mess up the part or the style. And then just squeeze the water out, the excess water, before the styling process. And that really helps with making the hair really nice and shiny. So I'm going to do that with the rest of the dolls now. So we have these Enchantimals here, and they are out of the boil wash, and they are about to get a flat iron treatment. It shouldn't take very long to do all three because they have pretty small heads and not a lot of hair, and their hair really isn't that bad. It's just floofy and sort of bent into weird shapes. It's not that like dry or frizzy, so it shouldn't take very long. I'm going to go ahead and prep these guys for flat ironing, and I will show you guys that process. So, we have the moment of truth. They're all done. Now, some of them still are missing pieces of their accessories and things like shoes, and some of the stains were not able to be removed because they were permanent stains, and it is not warm enough to do a benzoyl peroxide treatment, but they look worlds better than they did before, and I am very pleased with how they all turned out, and I would love to show them to you guys. This is a very interesting haul because all of these dolls are now wearing outfits that belong to them. None of them are actually wearing custom outfits. So this is just making them as closest to the original as I could with a few minor things. So I'm going to go ahead and show you each doll and how beautiful they look now. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get to it. So we have Draculaura. If you guys can see her, she looks so much better now. Her face is nice and clean. Those stains are still on her legs, and I tried to remove them, but they didn't want to come off. However, they are covered by her dress, so I'm not too worried about it. Sorry she's sort of bleached out. The lighting down here is really stark. But yeah, she's got her dress back on and her necklace, and her hair turned out really nice. Look at how shiny it is, if you guys can see this. It's super shiny. And I did do a little hairstyle. I just did like a twist in the front and then brought it around. But she looks great. She does still have two right hands, I believe. So that's a little bit of a problem, but it's okay. She looks really good still. You can barely even tell about her hands. I'm going to hopefully replace them when I get back to Texas, where all my supplies are. So I'm going to go ahead and set her back down. These dolls are probably all going to shift over by the time this video is done, because it's hard to put them back all the way. So the Enchantimals have finally, they got their flat ironing. I did not record all of that process because it's very tedious and long, but I finished all of their flat ironings, and this fox has an adorable hairstyle that I gave her. She has these little braids that go down in the front, and then they sort of travel along to the back, and that is what it looks like in the back. It was actually really hard because she's got some really short layers, so it was hard to make sure that the hair didn't get braid straight at the top. It was barely long enough to do this hairstyle, but I think it looks darling on her. She is super cute. The fox is one of my absolute most favorite animals, so I'm really happy that she turned out so nice. I brushed out her tail so it wasn't sticking every which way. She's just very cute. I'm really happy with how she turned out. I'm going to go ahead and lay her down. Because it might be hard to sit her back up because she's rather top heavy. And now here is Gilda. She looks amazing too. Let me get her to stand up. And let's not have your pants fall down, Gilda. Okay, so she looks pretty awesome. She's just missing her boots, obviously. She does not have her boots on. But I did order her jacket, her top, her belt, and her pants off of eBay. So she's got almost her full outfit, and she was one of my grails, so I'm really happy about that. And I restyled her hair so that it is back in its little Hershey's Kiss on top, and it's super nice and sleek and shiny, but it is not crunchy. It's just a little bit gelled to hold it in place. So there's not really much that's different about her because she wasn't that dirty to begin with, but she looks pretty great now, and I'm very, very happy with how she turned out. The next one is the little monkey Enchantimal. She was the first one I flat ironed. Unfortunately, I was not able to get the stain off of her face. You can't see it because it's really bleached out. But she has blue on her cheek. I don't know if you guys can see. You can kind of see it's right there on her cheek and on her chin. But she looks really, really good. Her hair turned out really nice and soft. I flat ironed it and then I gave her this little hairstyle where I took two braids and then I braided them and tied them together on top. And she's got her skirt and her tail back on. And except for the stain, she looks really, really good. I'm very happy with how she turned out, especially her hair. I flat ironed it so that it wasn't perfectly straight. I gave it a bit of a wave, and I think that it looks really, really good with her. And I'm super happy with how she turned out. Next, I'm going to have to move you, Miss Skunk. Next, we have beautiful Holiday Barbie. Now, I gave her a little bracelet to sort of offset the gold in her outfit. She has her headpiece back on. She does not look that much different. I think she's changed the least out of all the dolls, but her dress is all done and it's clean. She has her one shoe back on, and her hair is just less gelled, as you can see. It's still really nice and shiny, but it's not crunchy anymore. I did keep the little curl in front by her face, though. I absolutely love her face. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's super beautiful, and I absolutely love this headpiece. It's gorgeous. But yeah, I gave her a little gold bracelet to sort of match all of the gold in her outfit. I thought it would just give her a little bit of extra detail. Sit up, Gilda. Okay, so then we have the skunk, and her hair, I did not do any hairstyle with it. I just straightened it, and it looks really nice. I'm really happy with it. It was really nice and soft now. And before it was in this weird sort of flick, and now it's hanging nice and straight, which I am very happy with. I think she might be my favorite Enchantimal. I just love the black and white. And she's got her skirt back on, and her tail is nice and brushed. So, yeah, I'm thinking she looks really great. She's absolutely adorable. Yes, and I'm going to go ahead and put her back. Next, we have Gulia, and her hair was an absolute nightmare. And it has boil washed out to be so shiny. Like, do you guys see this? This is amazing shininess here. It's super soft and silky, and I was not able to remove the black stain on her shirt. I don't know why, but I tried and it didn't work. But I just went ahead and put her clothes back on and her headpiece. She still has the stain on her chin, and it's pen, which is why it is not wanting to be removed. So it's going to have to be treated later on when it's warmer out. But she looks a lot nicer, especially her hair. She's also has the wrong set of hands. She's got two left hands, but that's okay. You can't really tell. And I'll probably give her a better set of hands whenever we get back, along with Draculaura. And the last one is darling, darling Rebecca, one of my absolutely biggest grail dolls. She is amazing. She is missing her goggles and her little cage skirt thing. I accidentally left the cage skirt thing back in Texas. I did not bring it with me, but I do have it for her, so she'll have everything except her goggles. But she is absolutely stunning. Her hair turned out absolutely great. It's super shiny. It is still a little bit greasy. So is Draculaura's, but it's still really, really nice nonetheless. I just love moving it back and forth and letting the light catch it. It turned out so good. And she is nice and clean now, and she's got most of her outfit, which I ordered from eBay. She's got her cuff and her dress and boots and earrings, and she's absolutely stunning. I love her to death. I think she's amazing. I'm so, so happy that I got her. So that is all the dolls. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was interesting to you guys. It's just a lot of Monster High dolls that are just getting a really big spruce up. These two girls got outfits. All of them got a lot of hair jobs, except for these two, not so much. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys have any more ideas for more restoration videos I can do, I'm actually planning on doing a Bratz one soon, where it's just Bratz. I have 4 candidates that I am looking to give makeovers to, and since I haven't done any Bratz on my channel, because I haven't collected them, I was thinking about fixing them for you guys. If you enjoyed the video and you would like to see that one, give it a thumbs up and comment below. And if you liked the video, then subscribe to see more. I've got a lot of restoration videos, not as many as I used to. I have a lot more in some of my older videos. I just haven't had the time to do a lot of restoring, but there's still quite a few on my channel. And if you guys don't want to miss the next one, turn on post notifications so that you don't miss it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!